Hi, this is Brian. Welcome back to another Optimize video. Today, we are going to optimize our lives with more Buddhist wisdom in less time. We have covered ancient wisdom, modern science, mental toughness, habit, sleep, and Stoicism, which is my primary old school influence. Stoicism and positive psychology are my two biggest influences from the ancient wisdom, modern science, and I am also a huge fan of and student of Buddhist wisdom. So let's take a look at that wisdom, and actually let's step back for a moment. For those of you who do not know, Optimize is all about more wisdom in less time. We have a collection of philosophers' notes, which I'll share with you today, which are distillations of 600 of the best personal growth books out there into 6-page PDFs, 20-minute MP3s. We'll check out some today. Then we also have 101 classes and Optimize +1 classes. The 101s are 60-minute long classes on different themes, dozens of different topics, and the +1s rather are short form micro lessons, 2, 3, 5, 7 minutes, etc. Now, this is one of the few categories on which we do not have a 101 class. So this is the first video I've done where we didn't have a 101 here. We've got Stoicism 101. I never got to Buddhism 101. Well, that's what it is. But we do have a collection of notes on some of the seminal books in Buddhism. This is far from comprehensive, but we do have notes on these books that I'm excited to share with you quickly today and invite you to go into depth as you feel so inspired. So, the top of the list is the Dhammapada. The Dhammapada is a collection of the sayings of the Buddha, and this translation in particular I just love. So there's a lot of different translations of the Dhammapada, the Bhagavad Gita, etc., and of course of all the Stoic wisdom. And I love this translation of the Dhammapada by Eknath Easwaran. Eknath Easwaran is one of my favorite teachers. He also did the translation I love of the Bhagavad Gita and a number of other books that we cover. So the Dhammapada is a core text of Buddhism. It literally means the path of truth and righteousness. And in our philosopher's note, we pull out some of my favorite big ideas. So let's go to the actual PDF. You can read the notes on the web. You can also read them on our app, iOS and Android, etc. Now, I prefer the PDFs. I'm old school. I got a stack of these in my office. The stack is actually more like this when you put 600 of them together. But here's what a 6-page Philosopher's Note PDF looks like. The highlighter, that's the section from the book. I pull it out. I riff on it. I connect it to other ideas, and I give you a playful kick in the butt to go out and live it. So the Buddha said a lot of things, but how about this? More than those who hate you, more than all your enemies, an undisciplined mind does greater harm. That's pretty powerful. We should use some of the willpower we've been talking about to install habits, practice our meditation, all these different categories. But this is one of the reasons why we meditate. We train our minds, because an undisciplined mind is the source of so much of our suffering, etc. Bunch of big ideas here in the Dhammapada, and that has to be, for me anyway, at the top of the list. It's been unbelievably inspiring and influential for me. In the number 2 slot is a book called The Way of the Bodhisattva. The Bodhisattva is basically the ancient Sanskrit/Hindu take on the hero. So the ancient Greeks, when they came up with a word for a hero, did not name a hero after tough guys or killer of bad guys. The word hero literally, etymologically means protector. A hero is a protector. A hero's secret weapon is love. And a hero is willing to do the hard work to have that strength for two, so they can go out and protect their families, their communities, the world, the values that they cherish. And this is why our new business is called Heroic. We believe each of us is called to be the best, most heroic version of ourselves, and that we need each of us to step up and be that best, most heroic versions of ourselves right now, today, literally more than ever before. Now, the ancient Buddhist take on that is a bodhisattva. So a bodhisattva is one who is committed to reaching their own enlightenment such that they can embrace reality and live with that truth and righteousness, such that they can serve others in their pursuit of that same state of enlightenment. They do not reach their enlightenment for their own narcissistic ends. I playfully say in the other, personal growth, self-help side of things, we're not doing this work so we can snap a picture of our six-pack and put that selfie up on Instagram. We do this hard work so we can help others become the best, most heroic versions of themselves. That's the Bodhisattva. And this note is super powerful. You want to see intensity? I mean, this is like the equivalent of Epictetus. Get out and live this stuff right now. We need you to be a hero, to go be your best self and help others become that. Getting fired up. Third favorite note is on The Undefeated Mind by a guy named Alex Lickerman, who you may not have heard of before. I found this book in one of Brian Holiday's books and absolutely love it. So he practices a form of Buddhism that's all about applied Buddhist wisdom. We have a few notes on similar wisdom. And this has some of the most powerful wisdom in it of any note I've ever read. Literally, there's one passage in here that just is just astonishing. So check that out. And then number 4, The Buddha's Brain, or Buddha's Brain, The Practical Neuroscience of Happiness, Love, and Wisdom by Rick Hansen. Rick is a fantastic, wonderful human being in his own right who integrates his contemplative personal practice and teachings with cutting-edge neuroscience. Super cool stuff. This book is fantastic. And in fact, this might be the best place to kind of start to see a modern take on Buddhism, etc. Really appreciate Rick and his lifetime of work. Then we have Wherever You Go, There You Are, Jon Kabat-Zinn. Jon Kabat-Zinn taught the master class on meditation. So he has been one of the leading thinkers in bringing mindfulness in a secular form into our modern world. This is a fantastic book. Check out the notes. Then one of my favorite teachers, another one of my favorite teachers, and yes, I have a number of them, is Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh, as you likely know, is a beautiful Vietnamese monk. I think he's now in his 90s and just an incredible human being. We have notes on Peace is Every Step, The Path of Mindfulness in Everyday Life, No Mud, No Lotus. The lotus flower represents enlightenment in Buddhist thinking, right? You know where it grows? In mud. Great, 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 great metaphor. Boom. You got to be willing to go into the mud of your own life, your own shadow, your own challenges in life, if you want to have that beautiful, fragrant lotus. The Art of Transforming Suffering is this book. And it's a Buddhist take on our idea of anti-fragile confidence. Fantastic book. Check out the notes. Silence, The Power of Quiet in a World Full of Noise, another great book. The Miracle of Mindfulness. This was written in 1975, a year after I was born. It's one of his earliest books and most powerful and popular. Fantastic. Check out the notes. Fear, Essential Wisdom for Getting Through the Storm. Another great book. Got notes on it. I got my heroic portraits back here. This is one of my wife's favorite heroic portraits. We've got it in our laundry room. Thich Nhat Hanh blessing us. Walk by, glance into the laundry room. Yeah, there we go. What a beautiful, calm presence. Then we have Daisaku Ikeda. My apologies if I mispronounced your name. Buddhism Day by Day. He is one of the leaders of Nichiren Buddhism. Again, may have just butchered that. That Alex Lickerman follows, which we talked about in The Undefeated Mind. Super powerful stuff. Check it out. The Buddha in Your Mirror is another related title. Super Practical Buddhism. And then we've got Pema Chodron, another beautiful Buddhist monk who just has profound wisdom. When Things Fall Apart, Heart Advice for Difficult Times. Thank you, Pema. And then The Places That Scare You, A Guide to Fearlessness in Difficult Times, another great book. Check out the notes. Mindfulness by Mark Williams, fantastic. Joko Beck, great practical, again, another female Buddhist monk, great wisdom here. Dalai Lama, funny that it took me this long to get to the Dalai Lama. I've read a number of his books, only featured this one, Beyond Religion, Ethics for a Whole World. Constructive Living, one of my favorite little books, Leaning on Zen and Therapy by David Reynolds. The Art of Taking Action by Greg Krek. Great applications of Japanese psychology and taking action. And then Genpo Roshi's Big Mind, Big Heart. Met Genpo and his work at a Ken Wilber event 20 years ago or something like that. So then we have the plus ones. So whatever that was, number of philosophers' notes. Then we have dozens of plus ones on Buddhist wisdom. And again, the plus ones are 2, 3, 5 minute short form takes. How about this? The Buddha reached enlightenment. Then what did he do the next day? Meditated. Totally different context. But Jerry Rice set the all-time touchdown or receiving record or something like that on Sunday. What did he do on Monday? Got up early, showed up at the field before anybody else, and did what he did every single day. The best, the greatest among us, whether it's in Buddhism or in football, show up. They practice their fundamentals consistently. And if the Buddha meditated after he reached enlightenment, I'm going to take note of that and continue my meditation practice every single day. For me, it's an hour in the morning, 15, 30, 60 minutes in the evening. And I'm not losing that time, by the way. I come up with so many good ideas during my meditation. Quick little note. Oh, wow, that's cool. That just resolved itself. In other stressful things, bubble up, boom, dissolve. Meditation, check out that category. We've got that in our list here. Meditation, tons of wisdom on that. Highly encourage you to consider building your practice if you haven't. We've got, a bunch of other wisdom here. Again, this can become its own 2-hour-long class, so I'll skip it. Here's a good one. The Golden Buddha, super cool story. That the documentary Finding Joe, if you haven't watched that yet, check it out. All about the modern hero's journey. Alan Cohen kicks it off with a story about the Golden Buddha, and I thought it was a fictional story about a golden Buddha statue that is just astonishing, right? And it's just, let me get you the dynamics because I can give you the specific details here, right? It's a pure golden Buddha statue, right? Now, the monks, who built it and protected it, apparently there was an invading army that were coming into town, and they needed to cover it up. They needed to put mud over it and all this other stuff, so it looked like just a clay, not worth anything Buddha. So the invading army didn't destroy it, melted down. Okay, well, it worked. The invading army came in and they looked at it and like, whatever, we're going to leave that alone. They didn't know that underneath the mud and all the other things they put on it, there was something golden, right? But then unfortunately, a certain amount of time passed, dozens or maybe even hundreds of years, and everybody forgot that under the mud was a golden Buddha. Until one day they're moving this huge statue and off breaks a piece of the whatever was covering it. And they saw something golden. And then they continue to chip away at it, and all of a sudden they realize, let's see if I got the details here, 13th, 14th century, 10 feet tall. Basically almost pure gold, 5.5 tons. Right? So it's built put together in 13th or 14th century. 1767, they got some invaders. And then 200 years later, after it was originally covered, they discovered it is now worth $250 million. It's on prominent display. It was kept outside, obviously. It was a clay statue. So the metaphor for that is told in Finding Joe, and this is how the cornerstone at those things that are in the way, and boom, your light will shine. Again, that's more than anything the cornerstone of our work, etc. So there you go. Let's optimize our Buddhist wisdom with optimize our lives with more Buddhist wisdom in less time, and enjoy the process. What are we going to cover next? How about we go to we'll do creativity next. Creativity, that'll be fun. We'll continue working our way through this. If you're enjoying Optimize, I hope you're enjoying Optimize if you've signed up. If not, sign up, check it out, optimize.me, and tell your friends. We want to help catalyze a movement here, helping people become the best, most heroic versions of themselves, one piece of wisdom at a time. And again, any one of these ideas can literally change your life. One of the things I talk about a lot is that my life has been changed again and again and again by immersing myself in this wisdom. And the whole idea is, let me see if I can pull out one of those ideas and share it with you. In our Philosopher's Notes alone, we have over 3,000 big ideas. Probably more like 4,000. What do we got? 600? 4,000? Maybe more. And then we've got 1,000 Optimize Plus Ones. Any one of these ideas might be able to change your life. It might be, as Jim Rohn used to say, when you're opening a combination lock, sometimes you just need that one last skating. Exciting as you walk through that door, and there's another one, and another one, and you're cascading up. Exciting as you walk through that door, and there's another one, and another one, and you're cascading up. And then we get curious. We take care of some of the things that might have been draining us, and we get on a roll, and we get curious about just how much we can grow and just how much we can give to the world. And that's what I've dedicated my life to, what I'm committed to helping you do. So let's go. Make today an awesome day. I'll share more with you soon. See you.